Last chance for the Steelers. Bradshaw trying to get away. And his pass is broken up by Tatum. Tipped off. Franco Harris has it. And he's over. What? Franco Harris grabbed the ball on a deflection. 5 seconds to go. He grabbed it with 5 seconds to go and scored.
Let's watch this again.
1,000,000 to 1 odds on this one.
Ricochet out there off of Jack Tatum and into the man of the year, Franco Harris's hands.
Here's the miracle of all miracles.
From out of nowhere came Franco Harris, riding a white stallion, heading up Franco's Italian army, and galloping off into the sunset.
When you talk about Christmas miracles, here's the miracle of all miracles.
What happened on that play? Describe it.
I don't know. All I know is we had do or die, 4th down, and we were thinking just get a 1st down, but they had us all shut off.
Well, I was supposed to be in there blocking, so I remember the play right, but Terry started to scramble a little bit, so I went out thinking maybe I could get it open, he could throw it to me.
Bradshaw started scrambling, and we immediately broke into our scramble play, whereas we go 10 yards up and try to get in the line of the quarterback. I looked down the field and I saw Frenchie, and I didn't see anybody around. I thought Bradshaw looked back my way, and he cocked like he was going to throw to me, so I took an angle to try to give him a decent angle to throw the ball to me. Had to hop around a little bit and drill the ball, and then the ball was in the air, and I picked up the speed, and I was really coming pretty hard, and I dived for the ball. And at the same time I dived for the ball, Tatum banged into me.
I think it was Jack Tatum go up for it, and it bounced up, and as I said before, the right place, the right time.
Well, I saw Franco make a great catch. Other than that, I really don't know. I really didn't see what happened on that, except I saw Franco pick it up, and then I lost him out of sight. I didn't even know whether he had gone all the way, but I could tell from the crowd. That's the last I saw was Franco going down the sideline. I'm hooping and hollering, look for some flags, didn't see any, and I said, holy mackerel. Fantastic.
You outrun that guy into the end zone. Did it ever look like you feel he had a shot at you?
I thought at one point he did, but I kind of stuck my arm out trying to hold him off, Believe me, at that point, I don't think anything could have stopped me from going in the end zone.
It was just a big play.
That ball hit you at all, Frenchie?
No comment.
Right place, the right time. A little bit of luck, a little bit lucky catching the ball.
It's been a day and a half now, pretty much, and we still struggle to find the words. I'm still speechless, man. This is something that was so unexpected, obviously. It was something that a lot of us did not want to wake up to, but unfortunately that's what happened. And it's just incredibly unfortunate and tragic that it had to be now. Of all times, it had to be now. Just absolute terrible timing. Again, I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say right now, man.
As many of us know now, the late, great, legendary Pro Football Hall of Famer Franco Harris, unfortunately and tragically passed away yesterday morning.
Yeah, and
we remember waking up, getting ready, to start the day, and our buddies in the Steel City Disciples and Renegades of Pittsburgh group chat just let us know what happened.
Yeah, it went. I suppose just as the day went on, as people kept waking, obviously the more found out. But you noticed the past couple hours, the past day and a half, there's been a lot of love and tribute to Franco Harris, well deservedly so. Again, man, we've been using the last day and a half to just, I suppose, just remember him on and off as we go through our day. It's just, I think back to some of his best moments and what he did for the community in Pittsburgh and, his last moments that he did for the organization, especially, when it came to draft picks or, and of course, his jersey retirement, which was going to be this Saturday. It's still going to be. Unfortunately, Franco will not be able to witness that live. It's terrible, man. It really is. Again, I still struggle to find the words.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. This is going to be a stream where we just talk about and remember Franco Harris. Mostly just going to scroll down through the Twitter feed and look at all the tributes from everybody around the football world and the Pittsburgh organization and the Pittsburgh city pretty much. And it goes to show you how impactful Franco was, not just to the team, not to how it started with the Immaculate Reception, but after his football career, man.
Yeah.
It goes beyond that. And the Rooneys make that very well known. The players make that very well known. He was a guy that was never opposed to a handshake, a picture, a little chat to anybody, man. It could have been a player, it could have been part of the organization, could have been someone on the street, it could have been someone meeting him at the stadium, it could have been someone seeing him at the Heinz History Center, it could have been someone at the mall. Franco always took the time and the day to speak to them.
Yeah.
And I remember, because we read a lot via Twitter, a lot, because there's a lot of people that express their sadness in their tributes to Franco, and there's a lot of people that said, hey, I met Franco a couple days after the announcement of his jersey number retirement and when that was going to happen, and they said that Franco was full of life. He was ecstatic. You could see the happiness in his face.
Yeah, knowing
and
that
in his when he talked.
Yeah, knowing that he would have his number 32 jersey number would have been the third number to officially be retired from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep. And that goes to show you like how much this truly meant to Franco, and for him to not get to experience that,
it's unfortunate.
It's not fair. I mean, we know death is an inevitable part of life. We get that. But that doesn't make it, any more fair. Death is not fair in any shape or form, honestly. But especially not to Franco. I'm very, very like I'm there, exactly. I'm
heartbroken.
I'm that.
Very heartbroken.
And I've been remembering him on and off the past couple of days, and every time I think of it and I think back to, man, he'll never get to experience that, man. That's when the eyes get watery. And that's why this Friday and Saturday, tomorrow especially, since tomorrow will mark 50 years. Tomorrow will mark 50 years.
Of the Immaculate Reception, man.
And they were supposed to have, they're still going to. I keep saying supposed, like they're not going to no more.
They will still hold a celebration.
At the exact time, at the exact spot where it happened. And there's going to be a lot of Steelers legends there. There's going to be, I think, a former Raiders player there. There's going to be a lot of people to experience that ceremony. But the one person that won't be there, at least not in live in person, is Franco.
Yeah.
Think of spirits and afterlife however you want. I believe in that because from my own personal experiences. and our own personal losses.
Yeah.
I truly believe that stuff. Franco's going to be there. It's just unfortunate he will not be able to experience it, in person.
Right.
And that's terrible. This is supposed to be an incredible weekend, a great weekend, a well-deserved weekend for Franco and for the Steelers organization and for the entire Steelers, fan base and everything.
The entire city of Pittsburgh. When you think of Franco Harris and look at him as a player and as a person, he's somebody that embraced and truly embodied not only a Steeler, but a true part of Pittsburgh.
A Yinzer, I suppose.
When he came to the Steelers in 1972, his presence was felt. Even Dan Rooney said when he was inducting him into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, he said before Franco came, we never won. But when Franco came to the Steelers, we never lost. Franco was that much of an impact.
He was.
To that team. And it was what set the standard for the Steelers to run the ball.
Run the ball and use that incredible defense at Steel Curtain.
Franco, when you look at the highlights, was one of the most fluid for a guy of his size, too, at that time of year.
Yep.
And that span in the NFL at that time.
Yeah.
So fluid, so fast, so quick, so agile. Such a great running back.
He was, when he retired, he was, at the time, he had the third most rushing yards in NFL history. That's how good he was. We won 4 Super Bowls at the legs of Franco Harris.
And if I'm not,
and of course that Steel Curtain defense.
And if I'm not mistaken, the most rushing yards in Super Bowl history combined, Franco still holds that title.
I don't know if he still holds it, but
no, he still holds it.
Oh, does he? That's 100.
Like entirely.
Oh,
in 4 Super Bowls combined.
Well, that I believe. He had 158 and a touchdown in Super Bowl 9, which was obviously our first Super Bowl, and he was the MVP of that game. Versus the Vikings, man.
Yeah.
Franco was, he was incredible, and this was supposed to be a great weekend. It's still going to be. This is it's very saddening. It's going to be a lot more emotional now, for everybody. But it's still going to be a full-on celebration of Franco and his impact and his legacy and his life.
Yeah.
That's how I'm trying to look at it. It's unfortunate that now, of any time, at any part of the future or even the past, this would be the time that God calls his name. It's not fair. I truly believe everything happens for a reason, but I can't find a reason for this. It just makes no sense. It's not fair. Franco deserved this. And the crazy part, and we'll get into it, is just the day before, he was at the Heinz History Center, live in person. Like nothing looked wrong. So I don't know. No cause of death has been determined. I'm not really worried about that. I'm not going to throw any theories out there. I'm not going to say anything because,
quite frankly, that's none of our business.
It's not, and honestly, that's not the topic of discussion here. But people, man, it goes to show you, tomorrow is not promised. He was live in person on television the day before, and now he's gone. Tomorrow's never promised, and this is another crazy example of that.
Yeah.
This is just very sad news, man. It turned a very exciting weekend into a sad one, and now this Saturday versus the Raiders is must-win for Franco.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how the Steelers do it.
I don't care.
I don't. This is the one game where I'm not going to criticize this or criticize that or complain about this.
Exactly.
I don't care about Saturday. All I care about is the Steelers to get the win for Franco.
I don't
because
care.
This is what he deserves.
I don't care how they win. I don't. Kenny Pickett could come in, throw 5 interceptions, and we still walk out with a win. I wouldn't give a goddamn as long as we win for Franco.
Because at the end of the day, especially now, that's all that matters. That's all that should matter to every person in that locker room, every person on that field that is representing the black and gold, that is wearing that 50th anniversary patch.
Yep. Exactly.
This is for him. This is for him.
Also in the throwbacks, the block numbers, and it's under the lights at Heinz. You can't ask for a better atmosphere right now for the Steelers.
To honor a man, a player, and a play that started all of this.
Yep.
It's because of him, Franco Harris, catching that ball in midair. That gave us our first playoff win in franchise history. It started a dynasty. It's because of that man.
Yep.
None of this would be possible without Franco Harris.
He transcended the entire organization, the entire decade for the Steelers, man.
In his rookie season in
1972. I'm convinced that never happened, man. I don't know where the Steelers would be. I don't know where the organization would be. I don't know how many Super Bowls we would have won, honestly. Because all it takes is one crazy play, and he made it. That was him, man. And, for some reason, we don't have Franco jerseys yet, but obviously, once his passing became widely known now, we had to get one. We had to purchase one immediately. We purchased it an hour after his passing. Not even joking. Now, I wish I would have purchased the Franco jersey with the 50th anniversary patch that they had in the offseason.
Yeah.
Obviously, that sold out immediately, as it should have. Unfortunately, I couldn't cop one of those. But we did get a Franco jersey.
We both did.
We purchased our own jerseys yesterday. They came in today.
Not only that,
awesome.
we also got 2 Franco Harris 50th anniversary terrible towels right here. And if you guys can see right up here.
I don't know how well you can see it. That is a 50th anniversary patch. Like, that's a pin. You can't really get a good look at it, but
you got to put it in the background, man.
It's awesome. And
right across from Dan Rooney.
Had to go with Dan Rooney, man. They are now together again. As is him with one of the main guys that allowed him to get as many rushing yards as Franco did was, of course, Iron Mike. Mike Webster, man. They're together again, man. Oh, God. I've had a day and a half to kind of just take it in and settle, and even talking about
it's still going to be, it's still emotional right now. It's going to be emotional tomorrow. It's going to be emotional.
Oh my God, Saturday, man. The most emotional night.
Honestly, if you ask me, it might outdo Ben's last home game.
I was gonna say the most emotional night I ever had as a Steelers fan was Ben's last home game last year versus the Browns. I cried like a baby live, man. We both did.
Yeah.
Saturday, man, I don't know. I might lose it.
On Christmas Eve.
Especially on that that halftime show where they're gonna retire his jersey number. And of course that's gonna be it should be broadcasted live. It's going to be. It should be. The NFL Network, whoever's broadcasting the game should just absolutely show it.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. If anyone's going to the game, hey, first of all, bundle up. It's gonna be cold. Incredibly cold.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like the feel is supposed to be like over -10.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. It's going to be incredibly freezing. It is. So if you're going to the game, stay warm as much as you can. It's hard in Hines. We've experienced that once. We were shivering. Okay, we were frozen.
I can't imagine -10-degree weather.
No.
So if anybody's going to the game, definitely bundle up because
But I'm curious to see. Now, normally Steelers Nation always sells out. Or it's very hard to see any empty seats in that stadium. I'm very curious to see how packed it's going to be on Christmas Eve in that weather, mostly for Franco. And they're going to be loud, they're going to be proud, they're going to be emotional that night. As is all Steelers Nation all around the world, wherever you guys are at. Whether it's here with us, in the UK, in Mexico, anywhere. Steelers Nation's everywhere, man. It's going to be one emotional night.
Yeah.
On Christmas Eve. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to showcase my Franco jersey because I'm glad I got one, and I'm definitely sporting this on Saturday.
Yeah, so am I.
I was so glad that it came in today or before Saturday.
Yeah.
This came in real quick, and, of course, this is Mitchell and Ness. This is the block number stuff. This is a lot bigger than I thought it was.
What size did you get, large?
Medium.
You got medium.
Well, I have 2 Mitchell and Ness jerseys. It's the Lambert and the Lambert and green. They're both mediums, and they fit me. They fit me like a glove. Yeah, this is a medium. Should be a medium.
It's medium, right?
It is a medium. Right there, guys. That looks absolutely gorgeous. For Franco, man. Win it for Franco. I don't care how you do it. It could be the ugliest game I've ever seen in my life. I wouldn't give a goddamn. Just win it for Franco.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hear... You won't hear a zero complaint. No matter what... During the game, we're going to complain. But in the post game, if we win, you're not going to hear a thing out of us. It's going to be all about Franco. Yeah, Levi, I love that I have it, man. It's long overdue. it's perfect timing now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm sporting that on Saturday. I might sport it on Christmas morning as well. I don't know, man. Man, you know, it is also, of course, the last week of the holiday season. Christmas falls on a Sunday, as you guys know. So I hope you guys are having a great week. I know this news stumbles everything, and it really drags our week down, as the holiday season is supposed to be something we're supposed to be excited about.
Yeah.
And the last week, as it inches closer, you know, it's supposed to be full of cheer and joy, as stereotypical as that sounds, around this time of year. But, man, this really put us down in the dumps. But, I try to make it, you know, I try to think positively with, this is going to be a remembrance. This is going to be a showcasing of his legacy and his name and what he did for everybody.
Yeah.
Even, like we said, the entire city of Pittsburgh, man, he would never stop giving back. Never. And Art Rooney II, our owner right now, made that very well known, man. Franco Harris has known the Rooneys for 50 years. That is Art, the chief, Dan, his son, and Art II, his grandson. He has known every single owner for the Steelers. And you can see how well touched Franco has meant to the Steelers organization and to the Rooney name.
Yeah.
That's how important Franco was, man. There's been a lot of Steelers greats of all time, a lot. But very few can have their jersey number retired, and Franco...
Or leave their mark
Yeah.
upon the Steelers organization, and Franco was one of them.
Yep. There's a lot of legends that have worn, that have just played in the black and gold.
So many. We could be here all night talking about
All
them.
night, man. But
Franco
when you think of Steelers, man, Franco's always going to be one of the first names that come to mind.
Yeah.
You'll think of Ben, you'll think of Bradshaw, you'll think of Green, you'll think of Lambert, you'll think of Troy. But Franco, you got to put in that list as well.
Yeah.
We're going to go through the Twitter feed a little bit just to showcase. I know some of you guys probably seen most of it, but we're going to just see how much tribute there has been on Franco here. Ryan Shazier. Today we lost a legend and an incredible human being in Franco Harris. I mean, look at that. Wow.
Yeah. You see the look on Franco's face. He's just ecstatic about
I know,
this
exactly.
moment.
And Shazier follows. He epitomized what it meant to be a Steeler and a leader in the Pittsburgh community. Franco brought joy to everyone he was around, and he will be missed. Najee Harris. Rest in peace to a great man who showed so much support for me. He was way more than just an athlete. He was an icon and a role model to so many people, man. You know Najee's all about community. You know Najee's all about giving back. He does a lot in California. That's what he did for the draft when he was selected. And Franco would always help pitch in and always help with Najee, with the community.
And you know for a fact Najee's going to represent that last name proudly.
Yep. T.J. Watt, of course. The ultimate Steeler. His actions on and off the field are truly inspirational. Rest easy, Franco. As this is obviously what Art Rooney II...
In his statement that he let out in the morning of December 21st,
Yep.
It is difficult to find the appropriate words to describe Franco Harris's impact on the Pittsburgh Steelers, his teammates, the city of Pittsburgh, and Steelers Nation. From his rookie season, which included the Immaculate Reception, through the next 50 years, Franco brought joy to people on and off the field. He never stopped giving back in so many ways. He touched so many, and he was loved by so many. Our thoughts and prayers are with his wife Dana, his son Doc, and his extended family at this difficult time. Art Rooney II, Steelers president.
And look, Pittsburgh Pirates right here. I don't know how much you guys can see that, but he says, we join the entire Pittsburgh community in mourning the loss of legendary Franco Harris. Our thoughts are with Steeler Nation. Tony Dungy. Forgotten Steeler at times. He was a teammate of Franco. Woke up this morning to the devastating news that my friend Franco Harris passed away during the night. One of the kindest, gentlest men I have ever known. He was a great person, a great teammate, Hall of Fame player, but so much more than that. A tremendous role model for me. How about that for a picture? How about that?
Yeah, look at that. Franco, Rocky Blyer, and Young Tony Dungy.
Yeah, with hair. Wow, man. Kenny Pickett, the last man that Franco Harris ever announced as a Pittsburgh Steeler. RIP to the man who made my dream become a reality. Grateful for the few times we were able to speak. Fly high, Franco. Mr. Kenny Pickett, right there. And this is what we're talking about to start, man. This was the day before. As you guys see the date there. December 20th, 2022. That was the day before.
Live in person at the Heinz History Center, the Steelers section.
They're Francoing. He looks great. He looks happy, man. This was the day before, and I don't know, people, you always hear about people dying in their sleep and stuff. Maybe that's what happened. Darrelle Revis, man. Revis Island, of course, former Pitt Panther, so he had a little interaction with Franco. I met Franco Harris. It was at a very young age in my football career. He said to me, I have what it takes to be a great football player. I'm just grateful he took the time to say something to encourage me to become a better person plus player. Thank you, GOAT. Rest in paradise, number 32. Rich Eisen. Just landed in Pittsburgh. The famed statue of Franco Harris commemorating the Immaculate Reception at the airport has turned into a makeshift memorial shrine with folks leaving flowers, terrible towels, and notes in his loving memory. Look at that.
I actually heard that the spot that the statue originally was, they actually moved it to like the front entrance of the airport so that everybody could pay tribute to Franco Harris.
They absolutely did. They moved it to the front entrance of the Pittsburgh airport, and there you have it. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I wish I was in Pittsburgh right now just to see that. The Pro Football Hall of Fame, man. I'm going to play this real quick.
And when he put that helmet on and he was pacing in the locker room, walking back and forth, gathering all of his forces together to take on the opponent, everybody got charged from that. Everybody saw the intensity in Franco Harris, and everybody knew if we had the chance to score, we had to do it, because Franco was there leading the way. We won 4 Super Bowls on the shoulders and the legs of Franco Harris. Watching Franco Harris take the ball, run 40 yards every time he carried the ball made me work. Watching Franco Harris's work in the community day in and day out made me work.
From Franco Harris, I've learned how you treat people regardless of their status.
Then I said, if we're going to have all these great people, we got to have somebody to run the football. So give me a fullback out of Penn State, isn't that right? And if he's going to be a great one, he got to have a nickname. We'll call him the Italian Stag. Franco Harris, inducted into the Hall of Fame, was our fullback.
In 1972, Franco Harris came to the Steelers. Before that time, we never won too often. After he came, we never lost. Franco is a very motivating player in a quiet way. He is probably the most caring individual player I ever met.
Dan Rooney said it, man. Another picture of the Franco Harris statue. Najee Harris, man. This was posted again the day before by the NFL's official Twitter. Franco's cool, man. He's hella cool. He left the alumni weekend to come to my event to help homeless children in Pittsburgh. I was like, dang, Franco's a good guy, though. Always gave back to the community, man. Always. Never stopped. Kurt Angle. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Pittsburgh resident, pro wrestler, Olympic gold medalist with a broken freaking neck, who, by the way, tried out for the Steelers at one point. I don't know how many of you guys know that. It's sad to hear that one of my childhood idols passed away. Franco Harris was one of the greatest running backs in NFL history. What makes him a legend is what he did for the Pittsburgh community. You'll be sorely missed, Franco. Heinz Ward, man. Personally, my favorite Steeler of all time. I'm devastated to hear about Franco's passing. My thoughts and prayers go out to Dana and the family. We lost a great man who was very dear to me. Franco was the best human being I've ever met. I will cherish our time together. Thanks for your wisdom and advice. Rest in peace, Franco. From Heinz Ward. Mike Tomlin, Coach T.
we had a productive day. Obviously, we did so with a heavy heart. This organization, this community, the football world, we lost a great one in Franco Harris. And so, obviously, we're all heartbroken. But we do look forward to honoring him and his legacy this weekend. And obviously, where our attention needs to be is on the preparation required to put together the type of performance that's fitting of a great man like.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Woke up this morning with the sad news of the passing of Franco. So many times people say Franco was a legend or a person was a legend. No, Franco is a legend and always will be. More than just on the football field too. Such an unbelievable man, friend. So proud to be able to call him that. I'll never forget a time, I think it was at Charlie Batch's fundraiser event a long time ago. He and I got into a heated ping pong battle, both of us kind of going at it. One of those matches that like people kind of stopping or watching. And I'll never forget, every single time we saw each other, he would bring it up. Man, remember that ping pong game we played? And we need to do it again sometime. And so Franco always had a hug for people, always had a handshake, always had a smile. And I think for the legend that he is on the football field, I think his legend off the field is even bigger. Such a humanitarian, such a big heart, such a loving, kind man. He will be forever missed, but he will always be in our hearts and will always be on our minds whenever you think of Steeler football. And not just the Immaculate Reception, which in itself is crazy, but that we're celebrating 50 years this weekend, but just the way he played the game, the love of the game, the love of his teammates. I've never heard one bad word about that man, and he will be missed. Franco, we will never forget you. We love you. We know you're up above now and in heaven looking down on all of us. Probably playing football today, but you'll be missed, my friend. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your love, for your support. It means so much.
Kind words from Ben, man. That's the Immaculate Reception. That's the actual spot. This is where Three Rivers once stood before. If you've ever been to Heinz Field, you will know that on the way up there is this statue, this exact spot where Franco caught it, where they actually have it's a sidewalk, but they have the lines of the football field on the sidewalk to kind of give you an exact spot of where the ball was. Like it's now a parking lot behind it, but that's where the spot is. That's where the exact spot was he caught it. And this is the spot that tomorrow they're going to honor Franco for 50 years. And you see how crowded it is by terrible towels and flowers and footballs from, the Pittsburgh community, the Pittsburgh faithful.
Steelers Nation.
Yeah. And that was yesterday. So imagine that now. Imagine that tomorrow. Garrett Webster, Iron Mike's son. I don't even have the words. I know Dad is with you now, Franco. One of the kindest, sweetest, and most wonderful men. My dad loved him, and we did too. How about this?
This is truly the definition of respect right here.
The Oakland, Las Vegas Raiders.
They said in a statement right here, the Raiders family was saddened to learn of the passing of Pittsburgh Steelers legend Franco Harris this morning. Franco was an unmatched competitor on the field and one of the game's greatest ambassadors throughout his life. From his role in the Immaculate Reception as a rookie to countless battles on the gridiron, Franco will always be an important part of Raiders history. He was a generous person who brought happiness to everyone he touched. The prayers of the entire Raider Nation are with his wife Dana and the Harris family during this difficult time.
Mad respect to the Las Vegas Raiders for that post. That is mega respect. That's incredible. Bill Carr. We have lost an icon in Franco Harris. He embodied Pittsburgh in his grace, humility, and sense of pride. He was a champion on the field and ambassador off it. Thank you, Franco, for setting the standard that we all thrive to achieve as a professional and as a person. R.I.P. and condolences to Dana. Two Pittsburgh Hall of Famers right there.
And that's another thing, man. Like
that's a recent. That was last year, I think. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
A year or two ago, whenever Carr went in.
And that's another thing, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, happens every year in August.
Yep.
Franco would always be there, even if a Steeler wouldn't be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yep.
He would always be there to represent, to give honor, and congratulate said person going in there, because that's the type of person Franco was.
Yep. Jerome Bettis, the bus. When you think of greatest running backs in Steelers history, these are the two names that immediately come to mind, man. Words can't begin to describe the pain I'm feeling. Franco will always be a brother, mentor, and my definition of greatness. He was a legend on the field and a personification of excellence off the field, a true class act to look up to and aspire to be like. Rest in peace, number 32. That right there, man, that hits a little bit.
It does.
Pat Frymuth. To the man who announced me as a Pittsburgh Steeler, may you rest in peace. Very thankful for our friendship and you always being there for me when I needed it. Penn State and Steelers legend forever. May your legacy live on forever. Rest in peace, number 32. Couple Penn State alumni right there, man. Look at that. How awesome is that? That's another thing, Franco, man. You always get not just the Pittsburgh community, but to the Steelers organization in terms of always hanging around with the new generation, the new players, for years, man. For years. Look at that. That's something. That's a picture, man. Shout out to my boy Still Jackson. Rest in peace to one of the greatest Steelers of all time, Franco Harris. You're going to be missed by everyone in the Steeler Nation. That commercial was amazing. And that made it that much better, was him
really recreating the Immaculate Reception.
Yep. That's something, man. I ain't going to lie. I have never Franco'd. Never, not once. Well, okay. I have, but I've never done it in front of the statue.
No.
Not even at the exact spot.
Nope, not yet.
I ain't gonna lie, man. On work duty, on the route, there's times where I'll take a package where it's, appropriate, and I'll Franco. Why not? I've done it the past couple of days. Just to I don't know, pay respect.
I haven't done that yet. But well, I don't know, tomorrow may hit different.
Cause on it's going to.
Tomorrow it may hit different. Might be the first package.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's got to be. Because on and off during the routes, man, I just it's on and off thinking about them. So I guess it's my way of paying respect.
Yeah.
Since I can't be there, we're 3 hours away from Pittsburgh. We're three hours away from that spot.
Yeah.
It's the best I can do. Oh. Just remembering Franco, man, as much as we can. We all know how impactful he was and what he did, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but he was seriously that important, man. That's how well honored he was. That's the type of person he was. Through everything. So, huge shout out to Franco Harris. May he rest in peace. And tomorrow and Saturday are going to be very emotional. Tomorrow marks 50 years. Tomorrow.
Yeah. 50 years, man.
50 years. And, again, man, unfortunately, he can't be here to celebrate. And we knew how excited he was and how much this meant to him. Again, speechless, man.
I get it. I understand. It's tough. It's really going to be emotional. If it's not already, man.
Yeah.
Saturday, Steelers.
I'm convinced Saturday I'm going to cry. I am highly convinced.
I think a lot of people are going to cry. Some players may cry. I don't know.
I haven't bawled out. Like a couple tears here and there, eyes watery a little bit, like just dumbfounded by this news.
Well, of course.
But not lose it, because obviously I didn't know him personally. I mean, I knew the impact he did for this logo, for the city, which we can all appreciate. And I don't know that enough.
I don't know if any other legend, any other Steeler could really have that impact like Franco did. Many Steelers have. Many, but I don't think anybody has ever had that touch, had that impact, other than Franco Harris. For the city of Pittsburgh, for Steelers Nation, for the Steelers organization, for the Rooneys, for his teammates. Tomorrow, on the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception, and Saturday when we played the Las Vegas Raiders at Heinz Field in prime time on Christmas Eve. We honor him. We honor his legacy. We honor his career. We honor him as a person.
We honor his name, man. We honor everything he did.
And I know for a fact that he will be there. He will be there with everybody. His impact will be felt spiritually. I truly believe that.
Yes, it will. And I'm going to say it one more time before we get on out of here. We appreciate you guys joining us and remembering Franco and your guys' kind words and what you guys think of Franco and how he meant to you, and how once you guys started getting into the Steelers and football, Franco's one of the first names that obviously come to mind, and when it comes to history, and it's one of the first few things that drives you into fandom is the legacy of what Franco brought.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna go through the chat a little bit, just to I suppose just continue to honor him for a little bit. R.I.P. Franco, R.I.P. a legend. We love you, Franco. What a legend. Super Bowl 9 MVP. The real Italian stallion. I wish it wasn't real, guys. I agree, man. Franco, I was 16 when he was drafted, man. 16.
Wow.
You got to watch his career. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like we didn't get we saw highlights. We know what he did. But to shout out to the no offense when I say this, the older guys of Steelers, they grew up watching that. They know firsthand the impact Franco had because they actually got to watch it.
Yeah. Knowing what the Steelers were beforehand until Franco came in and starting what was a dynasty.
Yep. R.I.P. Franco Harris, a legend. R.I.P. Franco. Steelers must win this game on Saturday for Franco. I agree. My best friend was born 3/7/50. He really liked Franco. Sent him a birthday card. That's awesome. Imagine the Immaculate Reception 2.0. Najee scores game-winning touchdown. That play will never be recreated, but that'd be kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie. R.I.P. Franco. Let's beat the Raiders, says Jeremiah. Win this game for Franco, says Pablo. In a day to celebrate his life, he certainly didn't waste it from everything I've been reading. Humble and kind and giving and caring. Absolutely. R.P. Franco, the real Italian stallion. So sad. Love and hugs from Pittsburgh or from Pennsylvania. Sincerely, Melody. Hopefully we win this Saturday so we can honor Franco as he deserves. I still remember how my dad introduced me to this football world and how amazing the history of the Steelers was. And again, the first thing that comes to mind, one of the few first things that you see is that Immaculate Reception, man.
Yep.
There's not one. Here's another thing about Franco, man. If you're a Steelers fan or not, there's not one true football fan out there that doesn't know what the Immaculate Reception is. There is not one football fan, true football fan, that doesn't know what that play is. Franco forever. Najee is running for over 200. The Raiders are going to get froze out and curb stomped for Franco. Says Lee. I would love that. That would be awesome, man. When I fly into Pittsburgh, there's 2 statues, George Washington and Franco Harris. Yep. That's also at the Heinz History Center.
Yes, it is.
Which I totally recommend you guys see. Holy moly, man. It's a lot of Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh history there.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
At the start of the stream and the video package that Dan made, which is great, by the way.
Thank you.
If you saw the cleats there, the cleats are actually at that Heinz History Center in the Steelers section.
Those are the exact cleats he wore, man. Those are legitimately shoes that will never be filled again.
No.
Those are the exact cleats. Now, I want to know where the ball's at. Where's the ball at? I've heard reports that maybe someone has it and it's locked in a chamber or locked in a safe somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that should really be showcased in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, in the Heinz History Center, at, I don't know, Heinz Field. Didn't they just build a museum there?
Yeah, it was for the Hall of Honor.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's like...
where's the ball at?
It was like that generation's Tom Brady's 500th touchdown pass that Mike Evans gave away. Except the fans jumped on the field, and one fan was smart enough to like, oh, my God, that's the ball. I'm going to take it.
Well, also at that time, I don't think anyone really thought of that as like, hey, we're going to put that somewhere. I was back in 72.
I get that.
But obviously, like...
But, I mean, no fan, just like that Buccaneers fan gave that ball away.
No. I ain't going to lie, man. If I ever got a hold of that ball, no one's getting that thing back.
No.
I ain't going to lie. No price in the world would make me give that thing
wherever
up.
the ball is or whoever has the ball, literally guard it with your life.
Oh, you're going to have to. I don't know where that
That's
ball's
the Immaculate Reception ball. Is the ball of the greatest play in NFL history.
What I want to know is, how can they confirm it's the ball?
What do you mean?
Well, I could grab a football from the store and say, hey, this is the ball that Franco caught. Like, you know what I'm saying?
How many people were in that stadium and were jumping for joy after what Franco did?
What are you saying?
And just saw the ball lying there.
Uh-huh.
And just picked it up. Like, that's the ball. The amount of fans that jumped down just saw the ball just right there.
Yeah, and?
After Franco scored. You just picked it up. I mean, that's the ball.
Okay, but I'm still saying, you need to confirm that that's the football.
What are you talking about? It was the one ball on the field.
You're not understanding my question, and I'm not understanding the explanation, so we're just going to exit this
I don't know why you even asked to... Like, who cares? Immaculate Reception ball.
I'm just saying, man. I want to know where that thing's at. Sorry you guys couldn't experience it. It was a special time for the city and region. I'm sure it was, man. R.I.P. Franco Harris, so sad and heartbreaking. Zach Wilson got benched. Again?
That's right. The Jets and Jags are playing. Whatever.
Oh, I forgot the game's on. Oh, yeah. Thursday Night Football exists.
Whatever.
I totally forgot a game was happening tonight. I don't care.
I don't got anybody on either of their team, so.
No, me neither. Plus, the work schedule totally made me forget about everything else happening. God, work has been hell. If only there were Friday night games. I'm surprised there isn't yet. Saturday night is going to be a bad night to be a Raiders fan, says Steely. I like that attitude, man. Steelers better come with the same mentality. The most memorable moment for me is during Super Bowl 13. Franco got up in Cowboys linebacker Thomas Henderson's face and scored on a 22-yard run on the very next play. Yep. Franco can be one of the nicest guys. He was probably the nicest guy you ever met, man, according to many people that knew him personally and just fans that ran into him, right? That dude can run the ball.
When he was on the field, when he had the ball in his hand, he wasn't gonna let anybody take that ball from him. As soon as he had the ball, he's like end zone.
Yep.
First down.
That's how
Franco was a hell of a football player.
Yep. Franco was a very nice guy, and I truly believe those reports. But once it came to the football field, man, hey.
And Franco Harris.
Once that clock goes going and once the game's on, man, hey. Time for football.
Yeah.
I mean, not many people have that same mentality these days, but back then, shit.
And if I'm correct, I believe Franco Harris is still the Steelers' all-time leading rusher.
Yep, I believe you're right. I'm actually going to search that.
And honestly, I don't think anybody in the near future is ever going to touch
You're going to have to be a damn good running back to break that, man. There was one person that had the chance to before he got high. Yeah. Franco Harris, 11,950 yards, 91 touchdowns.
And I don't think anybody's going to be touching that. That will forever be Franco's.
The next closest was, of course, the bus, 10,571 as a Steeler. That's the closest he got. Willie Parker's actually third, believe it or not. UFR Bell, no, it's Fast Willie. Bell had the chance to be number 3 or potentially number 2, but we know what happened.
Yeah,
we all do know what happened. Yeah. It's a topic I don't want to get into because it's been ran over so many times. And I, personally,
it's irrelevant.
Those days are gone.
It's irrelevant.
But yeah, Franco, man, almost 12,000 rushing yards. You know how good of a running back you got to be these days to get 12,000 rushing yards? Because running backs are easily replaceable nowadays, man. Someone gets hurt, a third stringer comes in, rushes for 200 yards, forget about it.
Yeah, literally. Now, back in the day, running backs were the way to go.
Yep. Yes, they were, man. Very rarely are you going to see a running back draft in the first round now. Because, 1, it's a passing league. 2, running backs, you can insert anybody and get a good running game.
No, it's not like it was 20, 30 years ago where you could draft a running back literally first overall. Yep. Like where you could draft LaDainian Tomlinson or Emmitt Smith or
even Franco. He was our first round pick. First round pick of 72, man. Because that's how the game was back then. You draft a running back first round and you just run the rock with them.
And that's what Franco was always good at doing.
Yep.
What got him multiple Pro Bowls consecutively.
Yep. Now it's a passing league, so you're not going to see that often. That's something, man. Almost 12,000 rushing yards. That'll never be broken, guys. Never. That's one Steeler record I know for a fact will never be broken. No. Let's see. The things Franco did for Pittsburgh and the generosity he gave this city will be remembered for years. Miss you so much, Franco. Kindly put, Rick. We better win this game. It's a must, says Malik. Agreed. Any word on if they're doing gray face masks? I do not know that. I would love that. It's good enough they're at least wearing the block numbers. But what I did see, and I want to get it, I want to see if I can find it before posting it, is, I don't know if this is confirmed, but apparently the Steelers this Saturday night are going back to the gold end zones. So back at the Three Rivers, let's see if I can find a picture of that. You guys probably know what I'm talking about, but I want to give you a reference.
End zone. I think it was always gold anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, Three Rivers. Yeah, it was. Yeah, let me get that up for you. So that. Right there. That. Apparently the Steelers are doing that again. Now, whether the helmets will be there or not, I doubt that. But the gold end zones, I think that would absolutely slap.
I think for this game, if they're not going to do a full-time, which I would so be up for, I think the gold end zones are a great touch or a great look.
I think they need to bring it back.
But if anything, go full vintage and honor.
We're going full 70s. This is 50 fucking years.
Honor the moment. Honor the play. Honor the day.
This is 50 years, man. 50 years tomorrow, exactly, but 50 years. Go full 70s. Go full tribute. That would be awesome. I can't confirm that's the case. I've seen pictures and reports. I don't know how valid they are, but I would love if that's the case. I would love that. The Steelers haven't announced it, but that would be awesome if
I don't know. Maybe we see it Saturday.
I hope so. I hope so. Have you guys ever met Franco? Unfortunately, no.
No.
We have not, man. Hey, y'all just joining in. I wanted to ask you guys what are your thoughts on Tomlin.
I don't know if today's really the video about it.
All right. Let me just say this year needs to be an absolute wake-up call for Coach Tomlin. That's the only benefit of the doubt I'm giving him. He's had recurring issues for years under different coordinator changes, which have been all in-house promotions, by the way, since the year 2015. All in-house promotions and the same reoccurring issues.
Yeah.
But different coordinators. But yet he's still the guy around and we're still seeing the same issues. So, without a non-losing season to sweep that under the rug, this better be the biggest wake-up call from Coach Tomlin. That's the only benefit of the doubt I'm giving him. But at this rate and time, as of right now, this season has showed me, because of the constant errors and the weekly meltdowns and the weekly collapses and the constant mistakes from years prior. We're not winning another Super Bowl with Tomlin. The only thing I can think of and hope for is, hey, I need to start changing my ways. Yeah. I need to grab an actual coordinator. I need to give someone the playbook for defensive play calling.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can hope and think for.
Yeah, for me to put it short and sweet, analyze your failures, go into next year and fix your stuff.
Absolutely.
Adapt and conquer.
The Immaculate Reception, the first touchdown in Steelers playoff history. Not just our first playoff win, but first touchdown.
Yeah, because before that, we only went to the playoffs one time. That was in 1947, and we lost in a complete shutout to the Eagles.
Yeah.
We only, through 1933 to 1972, before the Immaculate Reception.
So when we talk about the Immaculate Reception and how important that was, that what you just said and what Jeremiah just said is so incredibly. It just backs up how important it was. We didn't win one playoff game. We only been to one playoff game. We didn't score a touchdown, not until that play, and ever since then, how many times have we, how many Super Bowls have we won? Simple as that. How many great years did we have in the 70s, man?
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. I'm so upset I never got to watch Franco. I think a lot of us are, man. The newer generation, man. It's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I didn't really get to watch a lot of prime Troy. I was too young. I mean, I got to see it, thankfully, just not enough of it. I mostly saw the end of Troy, which is not good Troy. But we knew how great Troy was.
Of course.
They need to keep the golden end zones, do it for Franco. That was a vicious game back then, maybe not as big as today, but still. Yeah.
Yeah, Ken Stabler almost broke all our hearts.
Yep. I was just a kid when the Immaculate Reception occurred. Franco, Mean Joe, and Terry were 1/3 of the dynasty that would become a tradition in Pittsburgh history. Rest in peace, Franco, number 32, Harris, says Mark Stewart. Kindly put.
And Terry Bradshaw, I can't imagine what he must be feeling.
I know.
Waking up to the news and just more than likely reflecting on the memories that he had.
He's going to be there tomorrow.
I know he is.
Unfortunately, Terry can't be there since he works for Fox, and he said on, I think it was the Rich Eisen show, he said he's going to have to fly to California for work. Unfortunately, he won't be there, but he's also speechless, just like, wait, what happened?
Yeah.
He found out. I mean, apparently, Terry Bradshaw found out because I think it was his wife got a text from Mel Blount.
Really?
Mel Blount's going to be there tomorrow, too, I think.
A lot of people are going to be there from that game.
Yep. Even a former Raiders player is going to be there, man.
But Terry, man, like, that was his fullback.
Yep.
Like, that's the thing about Franco. He wasn't a running back. He wasn't a halfback. He was a fullback.
Yep. Out of Penn State, man. Nicknamed the Italian Stallion, man. For good reason. Apparently, they're making Kenny change his helmet to the ugly Muth helmet due to his concussions. Well, that's all for...
that's for protection.
Yeah, as we know. So that's a good call. Hopefully that really keeps Kenny in check and,
If the line's not going to do it.
Yeah, because it's not. Remember when they drafted Joe Green out of North Texas State and went 1-13 that year? Yeah.
Hey, but Joe Green was Defensive Rookie of the Year.
He was, and I remember watching the football life of his, which we still got to watch Franco's, by the way.
That don't premiere till tomorrow night.
I know. That's why
I got it recorded. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Joe Green was not happy about going to the Steelers. Like, this team sucks.
Yeah, I remember watching that episode.
He was not happy.
It was like the first couple of days of practice, he was ready to walk out, like straight up leave and quit, until Bill Nunn sat down in his car and talked him through it. Like, it's going to take time.
Yeah.
Just come back. Let's practice. Give it time. We're going to be something great, and look what happened.
Exactly. Thanks to guys like Chuck Noll and Bill Nunn, man. Took Art Rooney a couple tries and a couple fist fights with former Steelers head coaches to get the best one, but it worked out, didn't it?
Yeah.
And yes, he actually got into fist fights with former Steelers head coaches. That's how they kept their job or not. Is if you beat the chief in a fist fight, you keep your job. Let's just say none of them did. Because they all sucked. So he said, all right, I'm going to beat your ass for this. And, of course, Chuck Noll came and he's like, well, I finally struck one.
Oh, that was more so Dan Rooney.
Yeah.
Doing it. I remember, I can't remember what book it was. I think it was the Steelers Dynasty book. I think it came out around 2005, something like that. Like, it really detailed how Dan Rooney was the one searching for a head coach.
Yep.
And Chuck Noll stuck out immediately, like right away.
Yep.
Coming from the Colts, the Baltimore Colts at the time, after losing the Super Bowl to Joe Namath and the Jets, Chuck Noll just stood out in an interview and called him up immediately, like, hey, we want you as a head coach.
Yep. And did you guys know Chuck Noll was a former Brown?
Yeah, former linebacker for the Browns.
How about that? Let's see. Bradshaw came out of Louisiana Tech. Never heard of those schools. Very small schools, but 2 number 1 overall greats for the Steelers. How about that? Put it this way, before the Immaculate Reception, we were the original Cleveland Browns, says the pet. Yeah, you're right. That's a great way to put it. Great way to put it. We will all die one day, just didn't think 32 would be next. Not now. Not this time.
No.
Not like this.
Nobody did.
It's so unfair, man. Life's unfair. Death's inevitable, but this is bullshit, man. Like, I'm actually mad, honestly, because he deserved this. He deserved to experience this, man, after everything. And it was long overdue, but at the same time, it was also the perfect timing. It's just unfortunate. Things happen. Sometimes that's how life is, and it's a pain in the ass. And no, I'm not swear-jarring anything tonight, by the way. I've been a Steelers fan since 1975, says Jeremiah. I immensely enjoyed watching those Steelers teams win all the games they won. Have enjoyed watching all 6 Super Bowl wins. That's incredible. Good for you, Jeremiah.
To win this all 6 is...
All 6.
It's got to be outstanding.
I only experienced pretty much 1. 40 I was too young for. But I experienced 43. I remember vividly watching Harrison's pick 6.
Yeah.
While we still have time to honor him while he's here, we need to retire Terry's 12 while we still got him. I agree to that.
It's crazy how he came to the team by a coin flip.
Yep.
That's how they did it back in the day. If you had the same record, you would have to flip a coin for whoever got the pick first, and luckily, landed on the Steelers.
Yep. Yeah, luck of the draw, huh? Terry does deserve to have his number retired. But obviously, the Steelers don't do it often. So, I don't know who would be next. I don't know when it's going to be.
There's just so many. You could really you could pick anybody. It could be Bradshaw. It could be Troy.
Mostly.
It could be Ward. It could be Bettis. It could be a lot, man. It could be Iron Mike.
That'd be a good one.
That'd be a great one.
I think it'd be a very good one. But I don't know if I don't know. I'm not going to get into that talk. I'm not, because that's an unfortunate happening, and I'm just not going to go there. Let's see. It's like cold here. I mean, freezing cold. I believe that. Rough week for Steelers Nation. Franco was so important to Pittsburgh. Makes our trip to see his shoes last summer that much more odd. Yeah, it is. You're right, Justin. It is. I'm so glad that we got to see that, though, and I got the video in the intro today.
Yeah.
And I'll show that again on
Saturday
night for the Christmas Eve game. Which, are you joining us for that? I'm not sure. Chad says, "What's up, SteelTwins?" Sorry, I'm like, "Nah, you good, Chad. You good." I didn't even think we'd be live this late, because honestly, what
time is it anyway?
It's 20 to 11.
Yeah, boy. Gotta get up early for work.
I'm getting my Uncle Howdy mask tomorrow.
You bought an Uncle Howdy mask?
Yeah, why not? I'm not gonna buy one. I really wanted to surprise someone come on this Saturday, but I don't think I will be able to with this sinus issue. Just done with 2022. Yeah, 2022. Let's face it, man. This year sucks. It's not good. At least not for us personally.
No.
2022 has been a very terrible year for us. Very terrible.
Yep.
For personal reasons. that we're not going to get into. But, yeah, 2022 absolutely sucks. I cannot wait for it to end. And then we're going to go on the stereotypical generic 2023 is going to be our best year ever and back to the same old bullshit. Happy New Year, folks. We got Christmas in
we got 8 more days, man.
We got 8? 9. Well, if you count tomorrow, 8, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure, yeah, 8.
Well, like an hour 15 minutes to 8 days, whatever.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Did you guys think 47 Mel Blunt's numbers deserves to be retired? A lot of 70s Steelers deserve to be retired, but they're not going to do everybody. At least not now.
Mel Blunt could definitely be in consideration.
I mean, he changed the NFL.
I mean, there's a role named after him.
Yeah. He literally changed everything. The way he played, man. Yeah.
And speaking of changing everything, I mean, the whole Steelers team in the 70s, just based off how they played, the NFL had to change their rules because the Steelers were that dominant. But even then, the Steelers overcame the rule changes and still managed to win games, still managed to win Super Bowls. Yeah. That goes to show you the type of players and the type of coaches, despite the rule changes. That's the Steelers were able to overcome all that.
That's why it was a dynasty. And very rarely you're going to see a dynasty like that again. Even though Franco played for the Steelers way before I was born, my favorite play is the Immaculate Reception. I literally cried when I heard he passed. Anyways, Merry Christmas to both of you, says John Winnow. Merry Christmas to you, too, man.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all you guys, even though we're going to say it again on Saturday, but Merry Christmas. Hope you guys are having a great final week for the holiday season, making it a good one. Any last-minute Christmas shopping you guys are doing, be safe out there. If you guys are in the Pennsylvania area, you guys know that the weather is absolute shit today. It was terrible.
Yeah, it will be tomorrow, too.
It will be tomorrow,
at least tomorrow morning into early afternoon.
Yeah. 2023 is going to suck. Tax season is going to be hell. Economy is in the toilet, and as you guys said, same old shit. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get prepared, Justin.
Oh, you got to get prepared for something, don't you? Wink, wink. I mean, May. Let's just say that. May.
Why May?
I don't know why May. I don't know. That month likes to fuck with us for some reason, but I guess that's something to bring our spirits
Let me
up.
just say that me, Dan, and everybody in our family can't stand the month of May. Let me just say that.
No, we can't. But at least this upcoming May, I'll have something to bring our spirits up. I don't know. I'm not going to go farther than that. Let's see. Merry Christmas to you all. Merry Christmas, Twins. R.I.P. Franco Harris. Thank you for the awesome memories. Merry Christmas, SteelTwins. Merry Christmas to all you guys, man.
Yes.
In fact, how's peak season? Fucking terrible. Terrible. I've had 3 10 to 12-hour days this week. Back to back to back. Yeah, peak season sucks. And on the last couple of days, it wants to rain on us. Yeah, it sucks.
Well, we all knew it was going to suck. It's peak season.
Yeah, but damn. And then I get done with my shit, and like, hey, go up this guy, go up this guy. It's like, hey, like, you know what? I don't mind doing that. It's just, son of a bitch.
Yeah, about to say, because you never know who's watching.
I don't give a fuck if they're watching or not.
Hey, guys.
I don't give a fuck. I really don't. You know how I am. I don't care what role anyone has, man. I don't. Anyway, I'm gonna get off that topic.
Well, we're almost through it.
Yeah. God almighty. Overtime? What do you mean overtime? Oh yeah. I know what you mean overtime. I think of overtime and I think of fucking. I think of football. I'm like, did the game go in overtime?
Hell no. Around this time, I hope not.
No.
Who's gonna want to watch a Jets-Jaguars overtime match?
No, overtime is nice though. Overtime. Let me just say that. It is very nice. It is. I'm not gonna lie. Now I don't know how life's gonna be after peak. That's something for us to find out. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. At least we can close the year out pretty strong. Hopefully the Steelers do the same thing. We're supposed to go to Hershey for WWE next week.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I keep forgetting about that.
Right.
Okay.
going to miss doing YouTube, just seeing live scores, and Road has updates, and I can't even use them. Fuck my life. Do they really? They're always trying to update stuff, which can be a good or bad thing. Hell, I still got to update the live scores thing myself. I still want to get that new Roadcaster because, I don't know. This one's good. It's lasting us.
It's not as advanced as...
No. It does the job. Let's just say that. Jags can win the division. They could, man. Jags very well could. We shall see.
Yeah.
SteelTwins versus Usos for... I don't know, man. I don't think we're Usi enough for that. You know, I'm gonna start making a thing on the channel.
What do you mean?
You know how they're not feeling very Usi? Well, I'm gonna be like, well, Dan Green, where'd that come from? Dan Moore, he's not feeling very Steelerly.
That's fucking awful.
No.
Steely.
Like Steely McBeam.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah,
you said Steelery. That's horrible.
No, I had a...
Don't ever say that again.
Steely. I'm not feeling Steely. I don't know. Deontay Johnson running backwards. That's not Steely of him. Catch my drift?
Yeah.
Does that sound good? I don't think so.
It.
I don't know.
You're trying too hard.
I'm trying way too hard. I ain't doing that. We're going to close out this stream, man. Appreciate all you guys for joining us, for remembering Franco. Yinzy? Okay, I like that. You guys are... Yinzy makes more sense. It's not very Yinzy of y'all. Not very Yinzy. I like that better. Yinzy.
Yeah, that flies off the tongue better.
Yinzy. Yeah, that's better. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Levi. Shout out to Yeet. Yeah. Not very Yinzy. Smack Dan, please? No. Let's not do that. WWE at the Giant Center in Hershey always had a special spot in my heart. I went on my 11th birthday in 2007. Michelle McCool kissed me on the cheek. Lucky you. Lucky you. We've been to the Giant Center a couple times. I've lost count. We've been to SmackDown.
Quite a bit.
We've been to ECW. We've been to the original NXT. We've been to SmackDown. The only thing we haven't been to, we've been to AEW. The only thing we haven't been to was an actual pay-per-view.
No.
Now, Mania's coming to Philly next year. Not next year. Next year?
No, after.
Not next year.
No,
next year's
that's
in
Hollywood.
The year after.
Yeah.
So 2024.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what the budget's like. Maybe we go to WrestleMania.
That's WrestleMania 40, right? Because this upcoming one's 30.
As long as Triple H is still in power, I might go to WrestleMania.
All right.
I'm just saying. Anyway, I don't know how we got on this topic. Nonetheless, we're going to get on out of here. Appreciate you guys for joining us tonight, for remembering and just talking Franco, man. A little emotional. It's going to be a lot more emotional come tomorrow, as that will mark 50 years. Saturday's going to be very emotional knowing he can't be here for it. And he was very ecstatic. It was very well-deserved, and he earned it for everything. And it's a shame he's not here no more.
Yeah.
It's not fair. But he's going to be there in spirit. He's going to be there. And we'll see what they do tomorrow and how that goes. And Saturday's going to be something. And like we said, we're going to say it one more time. We're going to say it again on Saturday because, honestly, at this point, man, the game is just to win it for Franco.
Yeah.
I don't care how you win. I don't care how ugly it is. It could be the most ugly game I've ever seen in my life. You want to hear a goddamn peep out of me in the postgame, as long as we win it for Franco. That's all I care about.
At the end of the night, that's all that should matter.
And honestly, at this point of the season, I don't really care how they win anymore because any win, I suppose, I'll take.
What are they going to do, go to the playoffs?
No. So, you guys have a great rest of your night. Stay safe. Stay healthy for this last couple days of the holiday season. If you're traveling, stay safe. If you're shopping, stay safe. Don't do no Turbo Man bullshit. Just have a great remainder of the week and happy holidays and Merry Christmas. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Have a great night, folks. And Franco Harris, may you rest in peace. Rest in paradise. Thank you, Franco. Taken way too soon. Way too early.
And Saturday, we win for you, Franco. Rest in peace.